Yazoo, Malaka is home. Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Josh Brolin.
All my years of conquest, violence, slaughter, it was never personal. But I'll tell you now, what I'm about to do to your stubborn, annoying little planet, I'm gonna enjoy it very, very much.
Love me, we're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too?
Ah! Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, not since Barney the dinosaur, I think that's what he is, has a big purple monster scared the absolute shit out of me. That was Josh Brolin playing Thanos in the Avengers Endgame movie. Now, we're going to get to that a little later, but I thought today, you know what? Let me talk about Mr. Brolin here, okay? Mr. Brolin's been one of these actors that's appeared in a lot of shit over the years. I believe he's been acting since, The Goonies. I mean, it's one of the first things I ever saw him in. No, it was the first thing I ever saw him in. And that's what, 80s, 90s, thousands, tens, like 5 decades of acting. I mean, the guy's been killing it for a very long time. Now, a lot of times, he may not be the lead in a movie. I mean, he's not like a Brad Pitt kind of type, but I'm sure if you ask your mother about him, she will giggle a little bit and, be very pleased. And yeah, he's been doing it for quite a few years now. And I don't know, he always presents himself, very well, dramatic roles, comedies, action movies, suspense thrillers, all that shit. I mean, he's a jack of all trades kind of actor. So I thought I'd give him some props and, talk about it in today's podcast. And later on, I'm going to talk about him hosting Saturday Night Live for the third time just recently. So why not? Let's go to Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, because free is awesome. On this beautiful time savings day, where the clocks go ahead an hour for some reason, and in the future they'll go back an hour. And I don't know, like everyone thinks that we're farmers still, and this still applies for some reason. I have no fucking idea why we do this, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even have any idea why it's snowing outside in mid-March in Toronto, 2024. But in a few days, it's going to be 15 degrees again. So fuck it. Let's begin. Josh James Brolin, born February 12th, 1968, is an American actor, a son of actor James Brolin. Makes sense. He gained fame in his youth for his role in the adventure film The Goonies. Let's go back a second. James Brolin. Okay, so James Brolin is an American actor. Brolin has won 2 Golden Globes and an Emmy. Okay, so he looks very much like his father. It's pretty obvious there with the hair and sideburns, and yeah, it's there, man. It's there. This guy, it's pretty gangster. I'm not gonna lie. After years of decline, Brolin had a resurgence with his starring role in the crime film No Country for Old Men. Brolin received a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for portraying Dan White in the biopic Milk. Brolin gained wider recognition for playing Thanos in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, including in the films Avengers, Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame, as well as Cable in Deadpool 2. His other notable films include W, True Grit, Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps, with that jerk off there, Men in Black 3, Old Boy, Inherited Vice, Everest, Sicario, Hail Caesar, Only the Brave, Dune, and Dune Part 2. In 2022, Brolin starred in the supernatural mystery series Outer Range. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, he did his thing in the 80s there, and then all of a sudden, listen, you're always one hit away, and then all of a sudden all the movies will start lining up again. All right? There you go. So no problem there. We also got some facts on here I found on tonsoffacts.com. 28. Why 28? Who cares? So number one, for his role as Dan White in Milk, Brolin received an Academy Award and a SAG Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. Not bad. Brolin stars as the villain Thanos in the Marvel Cinematic Universe through motion capture and voice acting. Yes, that wasn't actually him. He didn't actually pack on that many pounds. We're going to talk more about that later. So, see what he did there? He first played the role of Thanos in Guardians of the Galaxy and in a mid-credits cameo at the end of Avengers Age of Ultron. He became the leading antagonist in Avengers Infinity War. Of course he did, Just snapping away. Da-da-da-da. Gonna make the world disappear with just a snap of my fingers. Oh yeah, not giving anything away about the movie. In April 2017, Brolin was cast as Cable as a part of a 4-movie contract in the X-Men film series, with his first appearance set to be in Deadpool 2. Nice. Listen, you get that superhero money coming in, it's all good, okay? I mean, we all know Marvel has been lacking the last couple of years, but hey, listen, as long as the check's clear, who gives a shit? Brolin is the son of Jane Cameron, a wildlife activist who was a native of Corpus Christi, Texas, and actor James Brolin. That's right. So just talked about that before, and yeah. By the way, for those of you who don't know who James Brolin is, shame on you. Listen, I don't know much about this guy either. All I know is that he looks a lot like his father, like I said before. And well, it says here he's the father of actor Josh Brolin, of course, and the husband of Barbara Streisand. No shit. Okay, there you go. Right on. Okay, I did not know that. He looks so familiar though. This is a younger picture. I'm trying to think, what else have I seen him in? You know what? Is he the? You know what? Holy shit! Is he the guy that was the used car salesman in Buy Hard, Sell Hard? Is that the one? Is that the dude? Hold on. Buy Hard, Sell Hard. Yep, movie. Hopefully a porn doesn't show up. Yep. Okay, so let me see. Okay, this again, ladies and gentlemen, this is my generation, so don't judge me. But he does look very familiar. I'm pretty sure right now he does have white hair. Yes, James Brolin. Yep, that's the guy. Yep. Holy shit! I did not know all this time that was his father. I did not know that. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is why we have this podcast, and yeah. See, I can't pull off a cowboy hat like that. I can't. But the point is, he comes from basically royalty, when it comes to, the whole Hollywood scene, acting, and all that shit. So that's pretty awesome. He was born in Santa Monica, California, and raised on a ranch in Templeton, California, with little exposure to his father's acting career. Really? Okay. Well, I guess back then, it's not like they had the internet and they could search shit. Maybe, he kept it to himself. I don't know, whatever. It's cool. His parents divorced when he was 16 years old. In 1998, his father married his third wife, singer and actress Barbara Streisand, as I mentioned before. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's listen. I'm not homosexual, so I don't know that many Barbara Streisand songs. I know Barbara Streisand for the little role she had in Get Shorty, great movie, and that one episode of Seinfeld. Remember, like Kramer was obsessed with her, and she wanted like a pineapple ice treat, whatever it was, and then I think she got hit with a baseball or something, and Kramer ended up singing to her or some shit. I don't know. Every episode of Seinfeld is good, except for that last one. But yeah, there you go. That's I was born in '82, guys. Okay, fuck off. Brolin became interested in acting after taking an improv acting class in high school. Cool. Brolin explained in a 2014 interview during his teenage years, he was a member of a surging friendship group who called themselves the CO Rats. I mean, if you're a millennial, you'll probably say that's something to do with, maybe racism. I don't know, Cedo, Guido. I mean, even, I don't know, half of me could take offense to that. But I don't know what that means, so I don't know. Whatever. He admitted to stealing cars to pay for his drug use. Oh, okay, here we go. Which included heroin, a drug that he explained he didn't like. Well, then why would you do it then? It's just wasting money. He said, I mean, I never got into it and I never died from it, which is a good thing. I mean, that is a good thing. I mean, yeah, it's, I mean, I don't say, well, like, why would you do a drug if you don't enjoy it? I don't understand that. That doesn't, I don't know. I mean, I smoke weed. I enjoy weed, but okay. I don't know. All right. Okay. He auditioned for the role of Wild Bill Wharton in The Green Mile, but the part went to Sam Rockwell. Yeah, I honestly, if you ever see The Green Mile, which I think is one of the best Stephen King novels turned movie ever, but I can't see anybody else playing that role. So no disrespect to Josh here, but I think they made the right decision. Brolin has stated that 24 friend that he grew up. Wait, what? What kind of grammar is this? That 24 friend that he grew up with died from heroin use. Friend. Okay, whatever. Listen, these are free facts. I don't know what the fuck do I have to complain here about. Yeah, but that's pretty crazy. Okay, so again, ladies and gentlemen, I was making some jokes there about heroin and whatever, but do not do heroin, okay? Yeah, I don't know. Listen, it's one of those drugs where I've always felt like, you want to kill yourself, but you don't have the balls to do it, but you want to do it slow. You know what I mean? So no disrespect to anybody that's OD'd or whatever. You rest in peace to you, but yeah, man, don't do heroin. I mean, we already got enough problems today with fentanyl and all that shit. And yeah, not that I'm endorsing that. I'm just saying. I mean, there's so much shit out there. I mean, not a lot of people make it out alive, but I'm glad Josh did. He won the 24th annual Toyota Pro Celebrity Race in Long Beach, California. In April 2000, 22 years after his father won the tournament. It took him just over 18 minutes to complete the course. Well, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who know me, my body is not meant for running, so I have no idea if this is good or bad. I'm assuming it's good. I mean, so that's cool. Brolin is an avid collector of Malcolm Lepke, Liepke, and Ernst Ernst. Jesus. Fuck it. Neiv or sorry Z. I'm Canadian. Vestnys art. Okay. It sounds familiar. I don't know. Again, it's not. It's not. I don't collect art. I can't even. I don't know. This is okay. It's cool. His son Trevor Brolin sketches all of his characters before filming. Okay, cool. All right, keep it in the family. Why not? He has written various stories and poems based on his mother, Jane Cameron Agee, who died in 1995. Okay, he even tried reading one on Saturday Night Live just this week, so we're going to get into that later. I thought that was more of a joke, but I guess it's real. Brolin was named after the character Josh Randall played by Steve McQueen on the television series Wanted, Dead or Alive. Oh, okay, cool. Listen, if you can get any part of Steve McQueen there and his legacy, that's awesome. He was a co-executive director of Jiva Theater's Reflections, which are 3 American plays in rotating repertory from 1991 to 1995 with Anthony Zerbe. Again, I don't really follow plays, but I assume that's good. Brolin is a huge fan of John Cassavetes, stating that he has watched a woman under the influence more than 40 times. Holy shit. Okay. Well, I don't know. I've watched Happy Gilmore probably like 1,000. So he once inspired to be a chef. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I always say every person should know how to make at least one meal. Okay, then this way you'll never starve. He attended the film industry workshops until the film of The Goonies, after which he went back for private coaching from Pat George and Tony Miller. His father, James Brolin, also attended the film industry workshops. Nice. When he's not working on movies, he enjoys racing cars and surfing. Okay, so speed freak. Okay, guys. So I'm seeing a pattern here. So he's always cheating death. Okay, if not with the heroin, the racing cars. Which, again, I am not condoning heroin, ladies and gentlemen. It's better that he's doing all this other shit. But racing cars, man. I don't. I mean, okay, if you want to do that a few times, sure. But what's his name there from 90210 there? Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. Jason Priestley, yeah. I mean, he's racing cars too. I mean, do you guys not know that you can spend the rest of your lives on your back? I mean, I get it. You want to go out and do other things. I don't know, for some fucking reason, but okay. I don't know. Like Sean Connery said in The Rock, I hope you're insured. Ugh, that was horrible. Lazy Sunday. Anyways, in May 2006, 2 days after being cast in the movie No Country for Old Men, he crashed his motorcycle into a vehicle on Highland Avenue in Los Angeles. Luckily, he only shattered his collarbone, and 2 weeks later, how the fuck is that lucky? He showed up to the start of filming. It said start filming, but I corrected it. It's okay. Again, the motorcycles, the racing car, dude, just, slow down. Slow down, okay? Before this, I saw a picture of his wife, and she is a knockout. So, again, would you rather be in a race car and, of all places, on a motorcycle in LA traffic? Really? I mean, then be home with her? Dude, come on, man. Thanos, bro. Shit. He and his father, James Brolin, has both played U.S. presidents. James played Ronald Reagan, and Josh played George W. Bush. Cool. Hopefully Josh had a better response time on 9/11, but anyways, he hosted the highest viewed Saturday Night Live in 14 years on October 18th, 2008, when Republican vice presidential candidate Sarah Palin made a special guest appearance. All right. So, yeah, we all remember her, right? I mean, she was, I don't know, for some reason she could see her like Russia from Alaska or something. Like, okay, she was hot. Wasn't very bright. It's, what are you gonna do? It's, hey, but Tina Fey did a good job making fun of her. So there you go. Brolin was offered the role of Marcus Wright in Terminator Salvation, which he turned down, thank God. The role went to Sam Worthington. Listen, unless you tune in for that whole Christian Bale rant, can we stop making Terminator movies? Or I'm pretty sure we're done. I think we've learned from the last like 3 or so, but holy shit. He was the Fox Network's choice to play Office Tom Hansen on 21 Jump Street, but producer Patrick Hasbur preferred Johnny Depp instead. Oh, I did not know that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna lie. I think I've seen maybe one clip on YouTube about the original 21 Jump Street. I enjoy the movies, thought they were pretty good. But hey, listen, things work out, for the best with most people. Johnny Depp thing, and I don't know. I mean, Josh, you could have dealt with the whole Amber Heard situation. So just think of it like that. Shit's in bed. Holy fuck. So far, he has appeared in 3 movies that were nominated for the Best Picture Oscar. No Country for Old Men, Milk, and True Grit. No Country for Old Men won the category. So there you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. How many people can say they've been even in one movie that's been nominated for the Oscars? The Oscars, the people that, support assault and then an hour later will give that person the award. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's some more facts I found on IMDb. He's good friends with Javier Bardem, of course, after making No Country for Old Men. That sounds about right. It says he was considered to play Batman in Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, before Ben Affleck was cast. Oh, boy, this... Listen, to me, he's dodging a lot of bullets here, so that's awesome. Sometimes not getting the part is the best thing you can do. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I like to go on IMDb, the right website to go, where you want to see if a movie's good or not. You could go on Rotten Tomatoes if you're a douchebag, but, I prefer not to. So, let's begin. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't know this until I just found this out recently. And by recently, I mean pretty much now. That his very first movie was, in 1985, The Goonies. And it currently has a rating of 7.7 out of 10. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a kid of the 80s, this is it. This is as good as it gets. Okay? Even, was it the 2 brothers from that made Stranger Things? You could tell, like movies like this and other movies, inspired series like that, and future generations to make, similar, like kind of teen kid movies and, make it fun and not too scary, but, scary enough that, you can, I don't know, whatever, shit your pants in peace. But this was his very first movie. I did not know that. I assumed he did shit before this, but he didn't. So, and it says here, a group of young misfits called the Goonies discover an ancient map and set out on an adventure to find a legendary pirate's long lost treasure. Classic 80s shit. Okay? It's classic. It's classic. Not like those shitty Nintendo games that they made. Yes, recently the Angry Video Game Nerd did a recent review on those 2 games. The first one, whatever. It's stupid because you got to get all the keys in the level. And then, like, if you don't, then they start you at the beginning. And they don't give you no indication that's going to happen. So you can go fuck yourself on that one. And then the second one is just, fucking stupid. You got to go up to go down and then left to go right. And to find items. It's just a massive pain in the ass. I highly recommend that you watch this review. James did a good job doing that, and the last couple of Angry Video Game Nerds have been pretty good. So I wish he would do one every week instead of one every, I don't know, it feels like 2 months, but I don't know, what are you gonna do? He still has the same futon in the basement, I think, so that's cool. But anyways, this movie's classic. We all know that. People have done many, pointless podcasts that you can definitely listen to over mine that are way better than mine. I admit it's decent what I do here. But the point is, great cast of people. Sean Astin, who I will forever love for this movie, and of course Encino Man. 50 First Dates, I mean, he lost weight. It was good for him for a little bit, but I think we all prefer him chubby. Josh Brolin, of course. Jeff Cohen, Corey Feldman, the two Coreys. Rest in peace to the Canadian boy there. We miss you, buddy. Carrie Green, Martha Plimpton, Hugh Kwan, who I mean, he's gotten a lot of attention since getting the award there. That's pretty crazy how life has just come full circle there. But Joe Pantoliano, who, listen, we all love him, from Ralphie Boy, from The Sopranos, one of the best TV villains of all time. And Ramsey, who scared the shit out of me then, still scares the shit out of me now. Lupe Ontiveros, could she be Greek or Spanish? I'm not sure. Mary Ellen Trainor. Listen, list goes on. Okay? But again, if you love that 80s nostalgia, mystery, good, family, kid-friendly movie, and and monsters for some reason that have one eye and love Baby Ruths, this is for you. This is for you. This inspired a lot of things to come in the future, and it kind of gave that 80s feel resurgence again, and God bless it. So did they make another one? I think they did. I don't think anybody cared about that one. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, this is a classic. This movie is what makes the 80s what the 80s was all about. Okay, so if you have not seen The Goonies, definitely check it out. And of course, speaking of the 80s, you got Cyndi Lauper, and of course, Cyndi Lauper's got a make a song based on the movie, because it's Cyndi Lauper. She kicks ass. Cyndi Lauper, The Goonies are, in apostrophes there, are good enough. Part 1 and 2. Although for some reason they put part 2 ahead of part 1. I don't know, maybe it's a prequel, who knows. But yeah, there you go. Again, 80s. 80s, man. Fucking 80s. Then he was in a movie called Thrashin'. Thrashin'. I don't remember. Okay, he's a skateboarder in this one. Okay, you can tell how old the poster is, because I mean it literally shows like the creases. I mean, someone probably just took a screenshot of it or something, but I never saw this one. Two skateboarding gangs battle each other for supremacy, and a member of one gang falls in love with the sister of his rival. Again, classic 80s. You can see the puff hair. It's all there, man. So there you go. It's cool. He plays a Corey in this one. The last movie he worked with a Corey, and his character in Goonies was not named Corey. It was Brand. His name was Brand? Really? Okay. All right. Okay. I never saw this one. So again, skateboarding 80s, people waiting for, or skaters waiting for people to drain their pool so they can go in there, Tony Hawk style. It's all good. It's all good. Highway to Heaven was a TV series. I did not see this one. He was in one episode of that. Michael Landon, I think we all know him for Little House on the Prairie, I never heard of this show, Highway to Heaven. I've heard of Stairway to Heaven. That's a great song. Always number one on the radio growing up. Then he was in a TV show called Prison for Children, the R. Kelly story. No, I'm kidding. Kidding. I never heard of this one. 21 Jump Street, I just mentioned that before. He didn't get the main part, but he was in one episode. So there you go. Sometimes, that's what happens, folks. So when you audition for something, like, okay, you're not right for this part, but maybe we'll need you in an episode later. So worst case, it could lead to something else. Who knows? Then he was in a TV series called Private Eye. I never saw that one. Another TV movie, those are always classic in the 80s. Finish Line. Another TV series called The Young Riders. TV series, Winnetka Road. I didn't see that one. Then he was in a movie. There was a big gap there. Like, he did a bunch of shows, and then like in the 80s there, and then for a while it was, it took off a few years there. But he was in the show The Young Riders there for a little bit there. Okay. Young Riders. What the fuck is this? I never heard of this one. Okay, looks like it's about some cowboys or something. Oh, Stephen Baldwin. Okay. I heard this crazy rumor about Stephen Baldwin one time. I heard that. I don't know if this is true. I don't know. Maybe I mentioned this before, but apparently he was chosen to be in Speed, but he turned it down to do Biodome. I don't know if that's true, but I mean, if it is, man, holy shit. So it looks like that show's about cowboys there. All right. Then The Road Killers. I think I mentioned this before. He plays a character named Tom. Christopher Lambert. Nice. At a desert truck stop. Oh boy. Shit always goes down there. I don't know why. A gang of joyriders kidnaps a man's family and kills his brother. The local sheriff is of no help. Oh, they never are. So the man goes after them himself. Of course he does. Of course. You guys, take shit in your own hands there, man. Listen, Christopher Lambert, I'm going to love forever for Mortal Kombat. Okay? I don't give a fuck. That guy's awesome. Got David Arquette in there. He's cool too. Not the best rating though. 5 out of 10. I don't know. But, listen, Roadhouse didn't get the best rating either. So, you never know. If you want, check it out. Then he was in the TV show The Outer Limits, the newer version that came out in the 90s. The Outer Limits. Please stand by. Bed of Roses. I did that one time with a chick. I worked at a club and I found a rose. And I was like, okay, let me be romantic. I'm going to put the rose petals on the sheet there. And big mistake, because if you put something red, especially that dies out quick, like coloring dye, and, the constant rubbing, from coitus on the white sheet, it's going to rub it in and make stains. And you're like, okay, I'll put it in the wash, I'll wash it. It'll wash off, but only the red part will wash off. It'll still leave like a brown stain, so... My point is, I never saw this movie, but just be careful when you put roses on a bed, Make sure it's red. Flirting with Disaster. Story of my life. I did not see this one. I got Ben Stiller in there. All right. A young man, his wife, and his incompetent caseworker travel across country to find his birth parents. Okay, well, I mean, nowadays you can just spit in a cup and, pay a couple bucks. But, back then, people made a big adventure of it. So, Gang in Blue, it's a TV movie he did. Night Watch. Baywatch, I remember. Night Watch. Was that? No, that wasn't a TV No, that was, no, that wasn't it. A law student who takes a job as a night watchman at a morgue begins to discover clues that implicate him as the suspect of a series of murders. Okay, not the best rating, but they got Ewan McGregor in there. That's good. Nick Nolte. Okay, always good. Patricia Arquette. There you go. Lauren Graham. It's got a good little cast of people. It looks suspenseful, so who knows? I've never seen it, but maybe in the future I will. Mimic. Okay, I vaguely remember this movie. I remember, it didn't get the best rating, 6 out of 10 there. I don't know. Guillermo del Toro did this one. That's right. Yeah. This one was okay. It was all right. It wasn't, you know, it was all right. It had its moments. I haven't watched it for a while, so, My Brother's Way, not the best rating, 4.9, but he got to work with his dad, so that's pretty good. That's pretty cool. How many people can say they did that? So there you go. And then did a movie called The Mod Squad. Now, The Mod Squad, for those of you who don't know, was a TV series back in the day, and then they made it into a not very good movie. Not very good movie. I like to play a game with white people sometimes. I like to say like a movie, and then I ask them, is it Omar Epps or is it Mekhi Phifer that was in this movie? It shows how racist people are. And let's play it now. In Mod Squad, was it Omar Epps or Mekhi Phifer? Time's up. If you say Mekhi Phifer, you are a racist. It was Omar Epps. Okay, he was also in In Too Deep. Okay, so yeah, just one of the games you can play in life. Then he did a movie called Best Laid Plans. Didn't see that one. All the Rage. No, didn't see that one. Picnic, the TV movie he did. No, didn't see that one. Hollow Man. Okay, so I remember this one. This one, yes. Starting off the new decade, the year 2000, with some, with some decent movies, I guess. I mean, they say 1999 was a really, good year for movies, but, it's, but then again, American Beauty came out, and Kevin Spacey, and you know what happened there. But the point is, this one has a different Kevin. It's got Kevin Bacon in it, Elizabeth Shue. And yeah, Kevin Bacon, I thought this was a pretty decent movie. I mean, it doesn't have the best rating either. It got 5.8 out of 10. I mean, you feel if they put probably more into the story, it could have been that much more of a better movie, I feel. But it was a decent little movie. I mean, the effects for the time, making him invisible and all that, I thought was all right. And I don't know, I think they made another one that went straight to video, whatever, and I don't know, who cares about that one. But the point is, if you want, check it out. Yeah, go ahead. Slow Burn. No, didn't see that one. DC Small. It's a short he did. No. Coastlines. Nope. Milwaukee, Minnesota. No, never been. Mr. Sterling. Hopefully it's not about the Clippers guy. It's a TV series he did. Melinda and Melinda. I've heard of it, and I've sort of heard of it. Into the West, TV miniseries he did. No. Into the Blue. No, that's missed that one. Murder Book, TV movie he did. No. Yeah, I'm seeing a pattern here. Yeah, so like I said, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of movies you probably have not heard of. And again, he's always one of these actors that's kind of like in the background, whatever, and he'll play that more than likely a bad guy, and listen, there's good money in that. I mean, it sounds like I'm complaining or whatever, but listen, you're in this business. Who cares? Be in the background, be that bad guy, or that dude, the slick back hair, and talking a raspy voice, and tell everyone to fuck off, and there you go, boom, nice little paycheck. Moving on. Then he was in The Dead Girl. I didn't see that one either. Grindhouse. Okay, here we go. So, of course, Quentin Tarantino, teams up with his buddy there, Rodriguez, makes a couple of movies there, old school Grindhouse style, called The Grindhouse. And his segment, Brolin was in, he played a character named Block, and in the Planet Terror movie. So, I thought they were both pretty good. I don't know. People always give shit to these movies. I don't know why. Look, it's Grindhouse. That's the whole point. They got the cool little commercial there or trailer there for Machete, which ended up making 2 movies. And I really hope they make that third one where he's in fucking space. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I thought these were good movies. Brolin did a good job in this one. There you go. That's it. So yeah, and like I just said later on, Planet Terror. Then he plays Dr. William Block. Okay, so they repeat it again for some reason. Okay, but again, listen, you get to work with Quentin Tarantino. That's it. What more do you need in life, ladies and gentlemen? He's got one more movie to go, and who knows? Maybe we'll see Josh in that one as well. So, 2007 hits. Okay, he's been doing it since the 80s. Movies here and there, he's made a couple good little parts here, whatever. Nothing, setting the world on fire or whatever. And again, I'm not disrespecting him, nothing like that. But still, he's a steady working actor. Who cares? His dad was a big time actor. He's married to Barbara Streisand. It's big shoes to fill. If you can just, be in movies here and there. Doing a good job like he always does. Why not? You're laughing. But then No Country for Old Men come out. Okay? And he plays a character named Llewellyn Moss. God, I hope I said that right. But it has a current rating of 8.2 out of 10. And ladies and gentlemen, this movie's a classic. Okay? Done by the Coen brothers. Okay? If you don't know who the Coen brothers are, shame on you. Okay? These guys have done classics. These guys have done movies like Quentin Tarantino. They're going to be studied for years to come. Okay? In many ways, this might be their best movie that they've ever done. It is just a classic. It says here, violence and mayhem ensue after a hunter stumbles upon the aftermath of a drug deal gone wrong and over $2 million in cash near Rio Grande. Okay? So, of course, you got Josh Brolin in there, killing it. Tommy Lee Jones, classic actor, killing it as well. Woody Harrelson, always a delight to see him in movies. He's always awesome. Again, he's kind of one of these guys, almost like Josh Brolin. Like he'll be the main guy in a movie too, whatever, but he's always there. I think people underestimate him too. I'm going to do a podcast about him one day because, Woody Harrelson's awesome. I heard he likes to smoke weed a little bit. I'm not judging him, of course. Come to Canada, bro. It's legal here. We're not going to judge you. Point is, he's awesome. Now, Javier Bardem. Well, I could easily do a podcast on this movie alone. Probably will do one on him in the future as well. Plays one of the best acting roles in cinematic history, in my opinion. Or at least one of the best bad guys in movie history. My God, everything from, the attitude, the way he speaks, to the fucking really awkward haircut. Looks like Supercuts. One time they fucked up, they put 3 holes in my hair and then they had to shave my head. The woman got fired. There was a whole thing. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, he absolutely kills it as the bad guy. In many ways, for sure, he's the best part of this movie. Everything from, I don't even know what that device is, the thing that blows the keys out of locks. He uses it as a fucking weapon. Who the fuck would have thought you can use that as a fucking weapon? Fuck. The point is, this movie is amazing. And as you watch this movie, I don't know if it's just me, but there's no fucking sound. Just like that. It's just the actors talking. There's things in the background going off and, guns ablazing and, things that are not locks being, blown to pieces. And, I'd love to talk about this movie more, but it's one of those movies you should just go ahead and see. Okay? It is an amazing movie. If you have not seen this movie by now, you have to see it. Okay? And once again, Josh Brolin, he does exactly what he has to do. All right? Does he end up getting revenge at the end? Who knows? I don't know. Does Javier Bardem get away with it? I don't know. Does anybody understand what Tommy Lee Jones, what the fuck he was talking about in that dream at the end? I don't know. I have no idea. If you could help me out, ladies and gentlemen, and tell me what the fuck that dream was about, please put your comments in the section below, whatever that means. The point is, No Country for Old Men is an excellent movie. Excellent movie. And if you have not seen it, okay, pretend it's 25 years ago, make it a blockbuster night, and sit back and enjoy the show. All right? And after this, Mr. Brolin started getting more attention. People were like, holy shit, this guy can actually act. This guy, he knows what to do in a movie. This guy knows movies. He gets it. Yeah, no shit, he knows movies. Look at his family. There you go. So, if you have not seen No Country for Old Men, absolutely, positively see this movie. Thank you. Oh. So, same year, came out with To Each His Own Cinema, which I haven't seen that one. Then it said World Cinema. It's a short he did, which I'm assuming is connected to both. Then he did a movie called In the Valley of Eli, which I'm pretty sure that's the way you pronounce it. Yeah, this movie was all right. Yeah, him and Tommy Lee Jones was in this one as well. I remember that. Charlize Theron. There you go. Nice. By the way, if you've never seen the movie Monster with Charlize Theron, holy shit, that was based on a true story. It's fucking crazy. Susan Sarandon, James Franco. Okay. The point is, good little movie. Not as good as Country's Old Men. We all know that. But yes, there you go. American Gangster. Oof. Ladies and gentlemen, one of Denzel Washington's best movies. And of course, one of Russell Crowe's best movies. It's got a rating of 7.8 out of 10. Can we just give it an 8 and call it a day? I mean, my God. Obviously based on a true story about Frank Lucas there. An outcast New York City cop is charged with bringing down Harlem drug lord Frank Lucas, whose real life inspired this partly biographical film. Now, ladies and gentlemen, again, if you have not seen this movie, holy shit, like, what are you doing with your life? I mean, my God, just, again, classic, almost, like kind of cops and robbers kind of movie, except way more drugs. Talk about heroin. Holy shit. But hey, listen, you want good heroin, you got to go to the source, just like Frank did. But of course, Denzel Washington plays Frank Lucas. Russell Crowe plays Richie Roberts, the cop trying to get him there. You got other great actors in here. Chiwetel Ejiofor. Please, I hope I did not mispronounce that. Josh Brolin, of course. Ted Levine, John Hawkes. Awesome movie, guys. I mean, my God. I did hear a rumor at one point that, who is it? Benicio del Toro was offered a role in this movie. They changed their minds on the people that did the casting or director, whatever. They didn't want him in the movie. Nothing personal. They just a different story or whatever. They ended up giving him the millions of dollars anyway for free because he already worked on it. I mean, that's what's called in the business pay or play, which basically means that if you block off a chunk of your time for a movie, and if they decide, look, we don't need you anymore, but you still got to pay the actors. So there you go. I'm not sure what character it was, to be honest with you. If I had a podcast someone listened to, I'd probably do more research. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, if you had not seen American Gangster, holy shit, you're, again, missing out. One of Denzel's and Russell Crowe's best, and awesome movie. W. This is a movie I was talking about before, about him playing George W. Bush. It was all right. The movie, I remember, like, they kept saying that George Bush got, like, straight A's and shit or really good grades. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. I really don't. I mean, the guy is reading a book during 9/11, and they tell him, look, dickhead, someone just attacked the towers. Get your ass up and do something. He's sitting there for like 2 minutes, like, I want to see if, they actually did hop on pop, bro, what the fuck? Ugh. And now we got Trump and Biden, and fuck, it's just not any better, and I really miss Obama. The point is, it's a good little movie, it's all right. Nothing too crazy. Oliver Stone, of course, not his best, not his worst either, but, if you want, check it out. I don't force people to watch movies. In the end, it's up to you. Milk. I did not see this movie. I should see this movie. I heard it was pretty good. With Sean Penn here. The story of Harvey Milk and his struggles as a mentally challenged American gay activist who fought for gay rights and became California's first openly gay schizophrenic elected official. Okay. So, yeah, I haven't seen this one. Josh Brolin's in this one. Yeah, James Franco again. Oh, Jesus. Okay, the point is, I heard it's a good movie, so, if you want to check it out. Sean Penn's been pretty quiet the last couple of years. I don't know what happened to him. I mean, he had a good little run there, but he is a good actor. I'll give him that. Yeah, if you want, check it out. Women in Trouble. Nope, didn't see that one. Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps. Ugh, fuck. Listen, the first one was good. I can't stand this fucking Shia LaBeouf or whatever. I don't give a shit how you pronounce his name. I did a whole podcast about why I hate him, but I mean, this one was just bad. I mean, it was just, there was no point, making this movie, or a sequel to it. What was the point, man? It was stupid. Michael Douglas, I love you, but I just, come on. I don't blame you. I don't know. I blame society. You will meet a tall, dark stranger. No, I didn't see that one. Jonah Hex. I did not see this movie, although judging by the rating, 4.7 out of 10, I don't think a lot of people did. I did hear nothing but bad things about this movie, so I don't know what to tell you. True Grit. Okay, so sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, when you make a remake of a movie, you just want to hope that it's somewhat good. Not only was this movie good, but a lot of people would say, and I can't disagree with it, I think it's better than the original. All right, it's got a 7.6 rating out of 10. I would just give it an 8. Okay, like I said, a remake, of the old one, of course. So we all know that. A stubborn teenager enlists the help of a tough U.S. Marshal to track down her father's murder. Okay, you got Jeff Bridges, who actually, I mean, the guy does a great job in everything he does. He's the dude, man. What more do you want? Matt Damon, Haley Steinfeld. I think I said that right. I believe she got nominated for Best Supporting Actress. She killed it in this one. I think everyone, one of the best young performances ever for sure. Josh Brolin, Barry Pepper, Duncan Matthews. Great cast of people. Great movie. I mean, my God, especially at this time, because in 2010, I mean, or even just recently, the last, let's say, 15, 20 years, whatever, we're not getting that many Westerns anymore. I mean, even if we are, I don't think anybody really cares. I mean, it's not the 60s, 70s anymore. I mean, that was like the heart of, the Western era. I think we all know that. But yeah, like I said, it's very rare that a new movie beats out the original. And this one, I think, absolutely beats it for sure. But, I would still catch the original. But if you have a chance, definitely check out the 2010 version of True Grit. Very good. Then, of course, the, everyone's hopping on the Blu-ray, thing here. Do people still buy Blu-ray? I mean, everything's just on, satellite now, digital and streaming channels, and I don't know, like, who the fuck is going to pay like $40 for a Blu-ray when you can get the shit for free? I don't understand. I don't know. People still put them in their house like DVDs, like trophies. Who cares? But anyways, they put the Goonies at the lead scene, so there you go. He showed up on Jimmy Kimmel Live as George W. Bush, so there you go. Okay. Men in Black 3. Listen, I never saw this one. Listen, overall, fuck Will Smith. Jada Pinkett Smith, you're fucking insane. I feel very sorry for your kids. I used to like Will Smith. Now he's just a fucking dickhead. The first Men in Black was good. The second one was absolute shit. I never saw the third one, so I don't know. You want to see it? Go ahead. But he plays the younger version of Tommy Lee Jones's character, young Agent K. So, it's up to you. Gangster Squad. I expected more from this movie. I mean, it looks like, on paper, a good movie, good actors, all that. You got Sean Penn, Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone, Giovanni Ribisi, who I recently saw in the movie Suburbia. If you have not seen that movie, was the mid-90s, whatever, go see that one. He was really good in that one. One of his better roles, I've seen him in that, or boiler room. But Holt McCanley, who I believe played the father in the recent The Iron Claw. You did a great job in that one too. Wade Williams, who was the warden in Prison Break, did a good job there. But I don't know, this movie overall just it felt, I don't know, a little flat. I don't know. It just I thought it was going to be better. I mean, it has its moments, but I don't know. It tries to do that old like gangster shit, whatever. But I don't know. I wasn't really feeling it. Labor Day. No, didn't see that one. Old Boy. Is this this is the remake of the old one, and Spike Lee did it. Listen, I love Spike Lee, don't get me wrong, but this movie was shit. This was horrible. First of all, it might have one of the worst fight scenes I've ever seen in my life. There's one scene where like he's fighting a bunch of guys, and I mean, you could tell he's kind of just. It's one of those things you just gotta see it to believe it. It's just bad, man. I mean, I don't know, like the old one, pardon the pun, but it really is such a great movie. But this one just, ugh, Christ. I mean, just, ugh, my God. A Million Ways to Die in the West. The Seth MacFarlane movie, the whole Western thing there. I even forgot Josh was in this one. He plays a spectator. He's uncredited. This movie's all right. I mean, is it as good as Ted or no? But it's all right. It's got some good jokes here and there, but it's all right. Guardians of the Galaxy. Listen, when this movie came out, I don't think people even knew what the fuck Guardians of the Galaxy was. I mean, they knew it was a comic book, whatever. New Marvel movie, but it wasn't well known like Spider-Man or whatever. But again, they knocked it out of the park. Basically made a star out of the Chris Pratt here. Like Vin Diesel, he's getting more paychecks, than racing cars, and Bradley Cooper and Zoe Saldana and Dave Bautista. There you go. Karen Gillan and John C. Reilly, and the list keeps going, ladies and gentlemen. But this movie kicked ass, and I totally forgot. It said here that he made an uncredited thing of Thanos here, Josh. I didn't even catch that. I don't know, but I haven't watched this movie in a while, so I don't know. Maybe he did, but this movie kicks ass. I mean, definitely, the way they wrapped up the series as well with Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, 3 pretty solid movies. The second one. And it was probably the weakest one out of the 3, but they ended it strong with the third one, and great series of movies. So despite Marvel not being on the top of its game the last couple of years, they still ended strong with Guardians of the Galaxy. But the first one is by far the best. I don't think anybody would argue that. Great job. A lot of people did not know what to expect from that, but I just remember saying to myself with Chris Pratt, I'm like, listen, this guy's got this movie and the Lego movie. If both these movies have a potential to be a hit, and then after that, he's just going to write his fucking own paycheck. And I don't know, with the Mario movie and Jurassic Park, Jesus, I mean, this guy's going to be a fucking billionaire by the time 2030 hits. But the point is, if you have not seen Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, you'll love it. You'll probably like the other ones as well. And there you go. Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. Now, I think we can all agree that the first Sin City is a classic. I think we all know that. The second one, I think we expected more. That's all. I mean, we wanted this. We were hoping that this would be, like kind of a trilogy kind of type situation with this movie, but I don't know. The reception on the second one wasn't as good. It's okay. It's not the worst movie. But it's not nearly as good as the first one. But I would still check it out. It's all right. Inherent Vice. Oh boy. Listen, okay, Joaquin Phoenix, awesome actor. But this one, I don't know. I wasn't feeling this one at all. And I was excited about this movie. I thought it'd be pretty good, but Josh Brolin, like he does a good job playing like kind of like that bad old school cop, not bad as in like, maybe he's crooked or maybe he was. I don't know. I don't even remember getting through the movie. But although there was that one scene at the end where like he just stuffed all the weed in his mouth. I thought that was pretty funny. But other than that, I was pretty disappointed in this movie. I thought it was going to be better. And then Avengers: Age of Ultron. Again, he shows up as Thanos, but he's uncredited. All the Avenger movies are great. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, they're all pretty solid. I think we can all agree on that one, right? But he was uncredited in this one, so not the big role yet, but he's there, man. He's still part of that universe. Sicario. Yeah. Well, this movie kicks ass and proves that, again, Benicio del Toro is one of the best badasses in movie history, for sure. Brolin, don't get me wrong, you're awesome in this too, but that last scene at the end with the family, if you've seen this movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And holy shit. It gets a little dark. But the point is, if you have not seen this movie, definitely check out this one. That scene at the end, man. Holy shit. Everest. I'm assuming this is a mention to Mount Everest, maybe? Some kind of weird disaster movie? Yeah, looks like it. Okay. I did not see this one. This looks like one of these bullshit movies that you got to see in theaters and see it in IMAX, see it in 3D. I don't give a shit. Hail Caesar. This was not a good movie. Coen Brothers, I love you. I never saw the remake of that one Tom Hanks movie you guys did. I was told that was pretty bad. I can't imagine it being worse than this one. I don't. Again, like a great cast of people, but it just I don't know. It fell flat. I mean, it doesn't have the best rating either, 6.3 out of 10. But not good. Only the Brave. I remember this. Oh man, this is oof. This is a good movie. Don't get me wrong. I'm going like that because it's a sad movie. It's just it's based on a true story of the Granite Mountain Hotshots, a group of elite firefighters who risk everything to protect a town from an historic wildfire. Now, the special effects in this one are great. Great cast of people too. I mean, you got Josh in there, of course, Miles Teller, Jeff Bridges, Jennifer Connelly, James Badge Dale, Taylor Kish, Jeff Stultz, Andy McDowell. This is a great movie. Don't get me wrong. If you're feeling down, though, don't see this movie. I'll just kind of warn you ahead of time. It doesn't exactly have the best ending, and it is based on a true story, so that's something that's going to play in your head as well. I mean, these brave guys, man, dying for our, for us to stay alive, and my shout out to everybody, that's a fireman out there. I got a good buddy of mine who's a fireman. God bless him. But a movie like this really reminds you, what these guys go through, right? And you think it's a simple job. You put some fire out, and whatever. There's a lot more to it, man. You get a real feel for what these guys go through, and it's a really good movie. So if you got the chance, absolutely check it out. The Legacy of a Whitetail Deer Hunter. I did not see this one. It's a Netflix movie, so, maybe you saw it, maybe you didn't. I don't know. It's hard to keep track of everything on Netflix these days. I mean, holy cow. But, I did not see this one. Didn't get the best rating either, so. Avengers. Assemble! No. Avengers Infinity War, which has a current rating of 8.4 out of 10. Ladies and gentlemen, my God, what a movie. I mean, the last two Avenger movies, well, we'll get to the next one in a bit, but finally, Thanos is, here to, snap his fingers and just basically scare the shit out of everyone. Now, God only knows how much money did they actually spend, for this movie to make, every comic book nerd out there just wet their pants, Oh no, it's on here. It's IMDb. Yeah, we're living in a digital age. That's right. 321 million. Okay, it cost to make. Opening weekend basically made back its money. 257 million. That's it. Gross U.S. and Canada 678 million. Worldwide gross 2 billion 52,415,039 dollars. Who gets that $39? Who knows? But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, huge hit. This is basically, in many ways, if you really think about it, the pinnacle of the Marvel universe. We've been waiting for years, Avengers, years before that, got the people together there, nice little teaser there. Then the Ultron, and now we got Endgame, which in many ways, was almost the end. I mean, like I said, the Marvel movies have not been up to snuff, the last couple of years. But again, my God, I could do a whole podcast on this movie. I won't. I don't care that much. But the point is, we all know who's in it. The major stars in there. But let's talk about Mr. Josh Brolin as Thanos here. I mean, my God. First of all, the facial expressions that they do on this character, the way they made him look, it didn't look cartoony at all. It looked like a serious motherfucker. I mean, basically, it's like David versus Goliath here, and Goliath is just ready to just, snap these motherfuckers out of existence. Now, apparently what I found out about this guy in the comic books is, now, in the movies, it's basically, he just wants to get rid of the bad people and even out the world, blah, 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 he's a fucking psycho. But in the comic books, it even gets even worse, where apparently he wanted to get all these jewels to impress a woman. Now, ladies and gentlemen, guys, I got nothing for you. So if you want to sit back for like a minute here, but let me just talk to the ladies for a sec. Ladies, if this doesn't prove, that we're willing to risk the world to end just to impress you, my God, I mean, what more do we have to do? I mean, Jesus Christ. This, purple monsoon here, all he wants is, to impress his woman, who, I forgot her name. Her name is like Death something, which, insert the obvious jokes here. I'm just kidding. The point is, of course, they got to make it more family friendly, for the theaters, not make it as dark as the comic books. But I mean, my God, you watch this movie and you're just like, okay, this is everything we always wanted, everything we always needed in a superhero movie. It doesn't get any better than this. It really doesn't. It's fucking awesome. Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Don Cheadle, Benedict Cumberbatch, Tom Holland, Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace, buddy, Zoe Saldana, Karen Gilliard, Tom Hiddleston, Paul Bettany, Elizabeth Olsen, which proves that there is some talent in that family, Anthony Mackie, my bad. I like the one series he did with off the PlayStation video game, the Twisted Metal, whatever. I hope they make another one. Sebastian Stan, Idris Elba, Danai Gurria. I hope I said that right. The point is, okay, this is, my God. I mean, at least 200 of that million probably went to just paying these people. I'm assuming Robert Downey Jr. got most of it. But the point is, it's amazing. Finally, we get all these guys together, and then Brolin, kills it as the main bad guy. I mean, my God, like the great thing about his role is that like it's not too over the top. It's not like he's like overdoing it and threatening people. It's almost like, like he's playing this big quiet bully that in many ways wants to make the earth a better place. But of course, like most bad guys, he goes about it the wrong way, and he just wants to wipe out all these innocent people for nothing. And and again, like the special effects on him are just fantastic. Like everything about this movie is just awesome. I mean, obviously it's green screen, and yes, you believe it or not, they didn't go to another planet to tape this, but I mean, they did just such a great job, and you gotta give props to him for pulling off such an awesome bad guy, and to be part of this is just it'd be part of the Marvel universe alone is great, but to be that main bad guy, it's fucking awesome. It even says here in IMDb, it says Josh Brolin acted in this movie with a foam headpiece that was the size of Thanos' head, with a camera on his face for visual effects. He also had to wear various foam parts depending on what the scene called for, so the other actors and actresses didn't get too close to his real body, and so Thanos' scale was retained. So basically, he did exactly what he had to do to make sure that everything looked on par. Everything looked good, compared to, like him, like fighting everybody, and everything looked up to scale. It looked good. It looked real. Like it didn't look fake. Also says here, Josh Brolin, of course, Thanos, claimed that he did not see Black Panther 2018 until a week before this movie opened, due to it being consistently sold out in Los Angeles. Brolin added that stars of the Marvel Cinematic Universe don't receive any special privileges of screening passes to the franchise. Of course they don't. You know why? Because they don't want anybody giving this shit away. Maybe in an interview, maybe they send a little clue or something, maybe give shit away. You gotta understand that it's nothing personal, Sonny. It's strictly business. Also says here, and as a proud Greek, I'm very happy to say this, the name Thanos is short form of the Greek name Thanatos. Like the way I said with the Greek accent, eh? Yeah, I've been practicing. Not really. Which means death in Greek. Appropriately, it is also the name of the Greek god of death. There you go. So it explains the character right there, folks. He played it dark and, but not too scary, not over the top. I thought it was great. And like it even says here, Josh Brolin based his characterization on Marlon Brando's role as Colonel Walter Kurtz in Apocalypse Now. Okay? Not because of the bald haircut. But I could see that. Like even the movements, horror. You must make a friend of horror. Like it just the subtle, like even if you watch Brando, I'm going to do a podcast about Brando one day. Trust me. One of my favorite actors of all time. But I could see that. I mean, I could see like the movements and, it's nothing too like fast or, I could see that. I could definitely see that. So also says here, Thanos was originally going to walk through a river of his victim's blood during the Soul Stone sequence, but Marvel decided to tone down its darkness, of course. Like I said before, the comic books, any comic book you read, okay, I don't read, period. I mean, you can tell by the way, I do this podcast, but, they're obviously way more darker, okay? Yes, the Ninja Turtles did kill a lot more people than they did in the movies, obviously, okay? It was a way darker, but of course you got to make it into a movie, make it more family friendly, and that's what they did. I mean, they absolutely nailed it with this movie. They did a terrific job, such a good job with this movie. And I remember seeing this in theaters and it was great. It really was great. And yeah, Brolin did exactly what he had to do for the role, and so did everybody else. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm assuming if you're a superhero fan, movie lover like me, you've seen this movie already. But if you haven't, do yourself a favor. Go see the movie. Have a good time. All right? You're welcome. Remember Thanos, Greek history, man. My God, if you're Greek, you haven't seen this, Jesus, what? You gotta get with it, man. Come on, just the third one wasn't. There you go. Okay. Yeah, see, that's it. Snap your fingers, here I come. Don't look in the sky, don't look in the sea. He's inside of you and me. You guys know where that's from? From Sesame Street. Can't tear a hero by his size, just a teeny little super guy. Oh, yeah. I'm old, folks. Anyways, Deadpool 2. Okay, not as good as Deadpool 1, but still good. Okay, Brolin did a good job. He played the more role or more serious, character in this one. Pretty much everyone else did. You have to. I mean, listen, you let Ryan Reynolds do his thing. Okay, this guy was made for this role. Okay, let's forget about that first Wolverine movie that got leaked, and the asshole that leaked it online. It wasn't finished, and they eventually found out who he was, and he ran off to Mexico, and he got no money for it. So what a wasted life. But the point is, you gotta let Ryan Reynolds do his thing, say whatever he wants. It's his franchise in many ways, of course. And Brolin did exactly what he had to do, play the more serious role of Cable. Yeah, it's a good little movie, and not as good as the first one. I mean, obviously that first one's a classic. That's the real Deadpool I think everybody was waiting for. I didn't know much about Deadpool before. I didn't know he was like this, smart ass guy or whatever. I mean, I learn all my superhero shit from movies. So I don't know if it's not there, then I don't know dick all. I mean, with the Batman villains, I mean there could be 100 more out there that we don't know about. So people are always complaining, oh, it's just a Joker, it's just the right. I'm like, well, who else do we got? Bring some more people to the forefront. Who knows? Whatever. But the point is, Deadpool 2 is still good. Not as good as the first one, but still good. Sicario, The Day of the Soldado. God only knows if I said that right. It's good. Not as good as the first one. Definitely does not have that same ending, like I insisted on many, many times. But still a good movie. If you like the first one, you should like the second one. Benicio del Toro, you kick ass. I mean, we all know that. Oh, God. Asesinato en el Hormiguero Express. It's a TV short he did. I think there's no surprises here. I didn't see it. Once Upon a Deadpool, which I have no idea what the fuck this is. This is like a cartoon? What is this? A kidnapped Fred Savage is forced to endure Deadpool's family rendition of Deadpool 2 as a Princess Bride-esque story that's full of magic, wonder, and zero Fs. Why have I never heard of this? This sounds fucking awesome. How did I miss this Christmas classic? Look, you got Deadpool on a reindeer on top of a mountain. What more do you want? Fuck. Okay, well, next Christmas. And then, of course, with the success of the last 3 Avenger movies, big shocker. You have Avengers Endgame. Okay? Which, in many ways, ladies and gentlemen, the title says it all. Because, after this Marvel, jeez. The special effects in this podcast, my God. But the point is, again, another classic movie. And, we all know what happens at the end here. More finger snapping. Although I think I might have gotten my Avenger movies confused. I think there was more finger snapping in this one than the last one. But again, great movie. I'm not going to go into more details about this. But again, you like the last one, you'll like this one. It's all there, guys. I mean... the amount of money they make on these movies, my God, I don't know. Why have they not made more? Oh yeah, that's right. They all got wiped out. The point is, budget $356 million. Okay, I think they can afford it at this point. Opening weekend $357 million. You already made your money, and now you're just coasting. Gross U.S. Canada, $858 million. Worldwide gross, $2,799,439,100. Who gets the 100? Again, who knows? The point is, ladies and gentlemen, basically $2.8 billion. My God, it doesn't end. Why did it end? Why do you want it to end? Why? Are you guys sick of making money? We're not sick of seeing these movies. Why would you end it? I don't get it. Okay, we're all I remember sitting there in theaters too at the end. I'm like, are they really all gone, or is it just is it up to Paul Rudd now? I mean, what are we doing here? What's going on? I just I don't know anymore. I did it. It's okay. It's okay. I still have faith that they will come back one day. And Robert Downey Jr. is going to get a hell of a paycheck. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, again, awesome movie. Like I said in the past, I've seen some of these movies with my dad, and when he sees these movies on big screen, he's like, holy shit, like, Mike, I can't believe it. I read these books as a kid, and now they're on the big screen. Like, he was just a kid in a candy store. So you got to look at it from his generation. Then you look at it from my generation, how, we're seeing all these cool actors be these, cool superheroes and, awesome special effects and all that. It's awesome. And again, Josh Brolin, got to give him props for being Thanos and doing just such a great job, man, honestly. So, again, all the Avenger movies are great, and it's, like I said, Endgame, it says it all. Unfortunately, it kind of was the end, and I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, this movie came out, 2019? We're, although 1 year later, we hit COVID, and then it really ended. But, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in this Marvel universe, But until then, we still have these movies, and, it was fun while it lasted. But will it come back? Who knows? Who knows? Then we see a movie called Flag Day. Didn't see that one. Dune. Listen, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I'm a big David Lynch fan. I love him. Okay? I think he's fucking awesome. I mean, people say Quentin Tarantino's only going to do 10 movies. What's up with that? Keep in mind, he did the same thing. Only made 10 movies, 3 seasons of Twin Peaks, and that's it. Will there be another season? I hope so, but we shall see. I mean, he did the one movie in the 80s there of Dune. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a Lynch movie to me. It just seems like one of those movies, okay, you're going to do the big budget thing now. It's a good paycheck. I get it. It's cool. I'm just not into like sci-fi fantasy shit. I don't know. So this movie's got a rating at 8 out of 10. It could be, if you're into Star Wars and Star Trek and all that shit, it probably is. But me personally, I tried watching this new one. I couldn't get into it. I mean, I couldn't even get into the old one, so I don't have to tell you. But it is what it is. If that's your thing, that's your thing. What are you gonna do? What If? No, that's the name of the TV series, What If. I didn't see this. He plays the voice of Thanos, so I guess that's some kind of cartoon they did about the universe. Okay, so hey, listen, voiceover work, it's not a bad living. Why not? Dune Part 2. Okay, well, this one's got a rating of 8.9 out of 10. So you're basically saying this movie is as good as The Godfather. Listen, I don't have any desire to see this movie. I wish it all the best. There's no fucking way this movie is even close to Godfather, okay? Or Goodfellas, let's just stop it, okay? Stop. Thank you. Then there's a TV show he's doing called Outer Range, which I was going to say something about cowboys. Yep. Something about this family, man. They love cowboy hats. All right. A rancher fighting for his land and family discovers an unfathomable mystery at the edge of Wyoming's wilderness. Okay. All right. He fits the bill. I mean, he looks like a cowboy. He's got by the way, in many roles, he's got a mustache, the beard or whatever. That's the signature look, man. I mean, I can grow a mustache, pretty well, if I do say so myself. But I mean, will it ever be like that thick? I don't know. Like it looks like a mustache on steroids. Like that's, that's the mustache I want to have. But will I ever have it? Probably not. But, show's got a decent rating, 7.1 out of 10. It's not bad. So if you want to check it out. And again, it shows no signs of slowing down, ladies and gentlemen. Again, it says here, Outer Range. He's playing the same character. Going to do more stuff there. He just completed a movie called Brothers. Plot kept under wraps. Okay, well, okay. But it does have the cast. It shows Brendan Fraser. See, son of a bitch. I did a whole podcast on that and talking about the thing. You know who I'm talking about, okay? Encino Man. Peter Dinklage, Glenn Close. All right, so it's being, under wraps. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, you want to keep it to yourself. That's up to you, I guess. The Untitled Josh Brolin Project. It's in development. It's a TV series. Okay. A soulless movie star named Josh Brolin leaves Hollywood as in ayahuasca. Is that how you spell ayahuasca? Yeah. Wow. I've never seen the spelling of ayahuasca, but I took a guess, and because the next word was trip, so yeah, good guess. And becomes a self-help guru. Okay, created by Josh Brolin, stars Josh Brolin. Okay. So he's okay. So it's kind of like maybe it's a mockery kind of film or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. Sounds funny. I've never done ayahuasca. I don't know. I don't know. I had a. My family's a fucking trip already. Weapons. He's rumored to be in it. It's pre-production. It's something to do with weapons, I guess. In interior related, multi-story horror epic about disappearance of high school students in a small mall. Okay. I got lost in a technically I didn't get lost in a mall once. What happened was, okay, so long story short, I was really tired. I don't know, like I used to have to wake up early morning for school, and that's why I hated school. But the point is, we always go to the mall on Fridays, because we're that kind of white family, I guess. And I was so tired. I was like, guys, just leave me in the car for a little bit. I'm gonna sleep for a bit. And I don't know, that bit ended up being like maybe an hour or more or whatever. And I guess they thought they were going to go in the mall and then come back. I was going to be at the car. And I wasn't. And keep in mind, this is like before cell phones and whatever. So, once you're lost, you're really lost. And I ended up going into the mall. And McDonald's had one of these coupons where like you scratch shit and you win something. And which is a really stupid contest, because a lot of times you could just look at a card and kind of, like if you put it towards the light or graze it a little bit, you can kind of see which out of the four was, the exciting VHS tape, that you won. So I brought it to McDonald's, and the lady said, "Wow, you're really lucky." I'm like, she doesn't know I cheated. The point is, and then I'm waiting for them to discuss it with, am I gonna get the prize, whatever. And then like over the PA, I hear,
"If there is a Michael in the mall, can you please come to the service desk? Is there a Michael?"
And I'm hearing I'm like, there's no fucking way that's me, because it sounded very muffled. The mall's busy on a Friday. I can't hear shit. So, of course, they didn't accept the coupon because they said it was scratched. And afterwards, my mom, being the very assertive woman that she was, we brought to a local McDonald's and she got the prize, whatever. Because if anybody can, scare the shit out of somebody like Thanos, it's my mom. And then, afterwards, it was them actually calling me on the thing, and then they found me at some desk or whatever. I don't know, just wandering around. I don't know. I think it's pretty obvious if I ever get lost in a mall, just go to the food court. You'll eventually find me. But I remember the next week I went to my class, and then my teacher was there, and they ended up running into he ended up running into my parents, and like, yeah, we lost Michael, and whatever, and the teacher was just laughing his ass. I was like, man, how'd you get lost, man? He's like, oh my God, you look just like your dad. I'm like, yeah, okay, well, I'd say something back, but I want to pass. But the point is, he was a good teacher, by the way. Shout out to Mr. Campo. He was a very good dude. Where's I going with the story? Yeah, how to get on here? Oh yeah, lost in the mall. Yeah, so I mean, if you get lost in a mall, man, I just I don't know. Have fun with it. Whatever. And the last thing that Josh is doing is, of course, and we're all waiting for this one, ladies and gentlemen, is Deadpool and Wolverine. Okay, so I haven't even watched the teaser trailer yet, and maybe it's got something to do with the story. I don't like trailers. To me, I should do a podcast about trailers, but trailers to me these days are just they're talking. They're talking too much, man. I mean, they give away way too much shit. So I'm afraid to see any of these clips or whatever, because maybe I should just for shits and gigs, you know. I did watch the new Ghostbuster one. That looks pretty kick-ass. So, but I'm a Ghostbuster kid, so you know, it goes without saying. But he is rumored to come back as Cable. Okay, so look at the movie poster. They got that one of those chains, you know, you break in half. You know, oh, you get one heart, I get the other half, and together we're one whole heart. It says here, Wolverine is recovering from his injuries when he crosses paths with the loudmouth Deadpool. They team up to defeat a common enemy. Okay, so we got Hugh Jackman coming back as Logan. He said he wanted to retire as the character. I don't know what look, Mr. Jackman, I'm gonna do a podcast about you, but eventually, listen, Malaka, do this role, you know, until you're fucking dead, okay? I get it. You want to do other things and whatever, and be a ringmaster or whatever. You know, it's up to you. But don't give up this kick-ass role, dude. I mean, Jesus Christ. And you too, Ryan. Maybe years down the road, you're gonna be tired of doing Deadpool. Don't give this shit up either, okay? For fuck's sakes, guys, please. Jennifer Garner coming back as Elektra. I never saw Elektra. You know, I just like Jennifer Garner. Although I did see that clip of her on Conan years ago correcting a guy that went to Harvard about his English. Not the best move. One person you don't want to call on their shit, even if they're right, wrong, it doesn't matter, is a comedian, because they will always destroy you. So, you know, but awesome dress though. And of course, Josh Brolin will come back. Well, it says rumored as Cable, which means he probably will come back. Okay, he'll come. He'll be back. We all know that. He'll be back. He was good in that role then. He could be good in this role now. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's now you're totally caught up to date with Mr. Josh Brolin. Okay? And now we're going to talk about Saturday Night Live, because fuck it. So, as I said before, Josh Brolin hosted Saturday Night Live just yesterday. Of course, the opening sketch there, they did a CNN talking about Biden's speech and having a bunch of energy, and Scarlett Johansson showed up. I don't know, maybe it's the whole Marvel Universe connection. I don't know. I don't know. But she played some person in real life who gave a fake speech in a green shirt and cross, and I don't know. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I don't follow politics, so I didn't understand a lot of this, but I don't know. This opening sketch was, that was okay, whatever. Of course, it's going to be something political, and I don't know, whatever. So yeah, I give it a 5 out of 10. And then of course, the host comes on there. You got the good old Josh, doing this thing. He says the first time he hosted, Adele was there, and the second time he hosted, that guy that sings the song, "Nobody but I used to know." Can't believe that was a one-hit wonder. But he plays, talks about Thanos, and again, going back to the poems, and he read a very very disturbing poem about Timothy Chalamet. Forgot how to pronounce it. I did a podcast on him. I already forgot how to say his name. Then he did a poem about Keenan. That was awkward too. What up with that? What up with that? Good little joke there. Then he's coming out with a book soon, and then for some reason he got naked and jumped into a thing of ice. So I don't know. I guess I don't know who hosted last week. Sweeney didn't want to do that. I'm sure the guys would have preferred that one, but some for the ladies, I guess, this week. That was okay. I give it a 6 out of 10. Then they did some sketch about him and the Chase Company robbery, and two people. I don't know. They just they're in an open relationship now, and it got very very awkward. But I think that was the whole point of the sketch. So, but yeah, I don't know. Like, let me just say this: like, you guys that want to do open relationships, can you just admit that you don't love each other and that you're so insecure you can't leave each other? You know, and if you're a woman and you don't like fucking a guy anymore, just say so. And if you're a guy with a hot woman and you don't feel like fucking her, just say you're gay. Stop it. I mean, it just, my God. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. So then now they're doing a digital short here. They're on a flight, and something about the guy didn't have any power in his cell phone, and nothing else to watch. And he's watching another guy watch another movie, Ad Astra, which was okay. I mean, it was an all right movie. You know, it did have that one cool scene where Brad Pitt is in that four-wheeler on the moon, and that chase scene and all that. That was pretty cool, I'll admit. But could have used more of a story. But the whole joke is he doesn't want to pay for headphones, so he's watching another guy watch it. And I don't know. It was very 80s with the wigs, and I don't know. He kind of had the one like wig there. It kind of looked like a mixed like I don't know, like AC Slater and what Jean-Claude Van Damme looked like in Hard Target. So yeah, that was okay. I mean, I give it a 6.5 out of 10. So then there's one meeting that they had where, I don't know, something about the people being insecure, some kind of, yeah, you know how they have these meetings about like alcoholics or no smoking, whatever. Well, these people were insecure, and it drove me nuts. Like the one actress on the show, I forgot her name, but she looks like Parker Posey, and she's one of the more funnier ones. And I've always said this too, the last couple of years, the guys got to step up their game here because the women are kicking your ass. And again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying it's more like the mid-thousands, late thousands, where like Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, all the women are just killing it. And there's tons of really funny actresses on there. So, I mean, but the guys got to, step it up. I mean, Jesus. Ariana Grande showed up. I mean, she's the musical guest. She showed up there, and they're being all nice, and I don't know, whatever. I didn't like this one that much. I give it a 4 out of 10. Now, here's the best sketch of the night for sure, by far, and probably one of the funnier sketches I've seen in the last little while, if not this year. Is it's this party where they're at the like one of these dinner parties, drinking wine and cheese. And ladies and gentlemen, this is one of these sketches you're absolutely going to have to check out online. So, I don't know, just putting Josh Brolin, I don't know, petting a cat or something, I guess, or with a fake cat, I don't know. Putting something, Saturday Night Live, and I mean, like the robotic cat that they gave Josh Brolin to sit on the lap is like, it's funny but disturbing at the same time. Like, it's worth just checking out the sketch just for that. And I don't know, he's one of these guys that's really into cats, and he gets offended if the cat doesn't sit on his lap, or I don't know, maybe it's off on it, who knows. And then it goes to the one other guy, and like he's calling the cat a slut for going on his lap. And and of course everyone's drinking wine and cheese, so he gets accused of farting. And listen, man, you give me a piece of Swiss cheese, I mean, watch out for the next 3 hours. But yeah. And they end up having he ends up grabbing the cat, then the cat bites him, and there's blood everywhere, of course. And then at the end it ends with a knife fight, because he gets pissed off that the cat's not in love with him, I guess. It's I don't know, it's pretty disturbing, but funny at the same time. So I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10. Definitely, I would say the best sketch of the night, for sure. I would say so. Yes. Now, then they had some kind of digital short there where something to do with wine glasses. Instead of wine, the shrimp is in there, and then like he doesn't want anything to happen to the shrimp tower, and I don't know. He's distracted by the woman that's trying to get a shrimp or pose near the shrimp, and then he throws her out a window. Then throws a bottle at her, and then it's. I mean, it was. I mean, the way people were treated back then were not very nice, but it was okay. I give it a 6 out of 10. And then I did the one show with Shota. Is he cheating or not? of course, this woman is, it's kind of like Jerry Springer shit. He's cheating on me, and they all feel sorry for her. And then the guy comes out, he's in a wheelchair, he's all braced up, and, of course, why. Clearly he's not cheating, and, it's not his baby, because the baby's black, and, it was all right. I give it a 6 out of 10. And then finally, after all these sketches, they finally get to the musical guests. It was like 12:15 or 12:30. I'm like, holy shit! Like they're definitely going to go over with this one. But Ariana Grande shows up, and she does her song. And I could have sworn there was one lyric in the song where she says, "I don't want to fuck you, but I don't want to fight you." Now, if I'm wrong, please tell me. But that's kind of a kick-ass line. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know. Ariana Grande. I don't know. I don't know. Like I look at her and it's almost like like I feel like she's the one, or one of the girls that barely got out of Epstein Island. You know what I mean? Like she just I don't know how old she is. Like is she like 30 or 40? I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, but I don't know, man. It just I don't know. Plus, she goes to restaurants and licks food, and you're halfway there. You got to put the food in your mouth and then swallow. A lot of these women are just, I got my making fun. Listen, I am no, Calvin Klein model to speak of, but I'm just saying, if you're gonna lick some food, you gotta. We know you got the money. Just purchase it. That's all. Makes you wonder if she's done this to other restaurants too, and that's disgraziad. But that's your thing. Cool. I don't know. I've always liked the Selena Gomez better. I don't know. I think she's cool. The Weekend Update. That's always funny. Doing the whole, making fun of Sleepy Joe Biden, Donald Trump. Either way, we're gonna be fuck this election. Well, I'm not. I don't know. I live in Canada, so you guys are on your own. And then I don't know. The one woman said something about the Jewish space lasers. What the fuck? And then my God, like I said, you go for either one of these people, you're screwed. And then Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. I found out that's gonna happen, and my God, I'm gonna wait for that one. Definitely do a Mike Tyson podcast on that, reviews fights and all that. But my God, Jake Paul must have a shit ton of money to get these fights going. Can you really make that much money being an influencer online? Like, am I that out of it, or holy shit? But anyways, 2 male whales having sex, and yeah, that's that's the news, ladies and gentlemen. For some reason, they between the jokes, they usually have people come on there, do some bits, but that didn't happen. I guess maybe it got cut short for time because, like I said, they were going overboard there. But I still give it a 7.5 out of 10. The news always delivers. Then they did this sketch on PBS. The cast member Bowen there did a sketch with Ariana Grande where they're just singing random songs. It was okay. I don't know. I would have liked to hear some more 90s classics in that one, but teach his own, I guess. Yeah, it was all right. And then at the end of it, they kept singing "Happy Birthday," which I heard legally for years there. It was written by I think 2 sisters in the late 1890s, and then for a while they had the rights, and then now you can sing legally "Happy Birthday" the last couple of years. You don't have to pay 50 grand anymore or something. I don't know. Full of useless facts, but it was okay. I give it a 6 out of 10. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say this. I watched this live, okay? Nothing happened in my Saturday night. But, ladies and gentlemen, I watched a Walmart commercial that contained... Now, if I'm tripping, please let me know. That contained the song by Fat Pat, Tops Drop, which I never thought I would hear... those two merging together, okay, and I gotta say, this is fucking awesome. I thought for a second this was part of the show, but it wasn't. So, yeah, that's Yeah, big shout outs to Walmart. But anyways, the next sketch was Office People. This guy called the Sandwich King, and he was just selling some sandwiches. And he's wondering, like what happened, to this generation. And of course, you're doing everything you can to save time and money. And of course, he's filling up pop bottles and putting tinfoil on top of instead of the caps, and using old Listerine bottles to put in pickles. And listen, does he say some shit that I would probably hear at my uncle's place on Christmas Eve? Absolutely. Things that would get me canceled? Yep. The point is, I thought it was pretty funny. Okay, not that I condone it. I'm just saying it was funny. Now, the Parker Posey woman there, who is very funny. She takes a bite out of the one sandwich there because of course they're all moldy. This Gavone doesn't know what he's doing, and it appears that she dies from it. But overall, I thought it was a funny sketch. I thought it was pretty good. So, oh yeah, and then he looks in the distance there, and he's like hearing a song, and people don't understand why he's looking in the distance. It's one of those sketches you got to see for yourself. It was funny. I give it a 6.5. Ariana Grande comes back, and she's clearly a fan of the Four Seasons on planet Earth. Those effects in the background there look pretty good, and yeah, there you go. And they had the bar night there. Just doing what they could there. Just talking about some stuff, and they did this sketch already with the. I get if a sketch is funny, you can do it a few times, but I don't know. Just do it once. That's all. I mean, you don't have to keep doing it. Think of other shit. But again, it's the two. It's the one chick there. She's it's I don't know what the hell she's doing again. The things, like writing a check, and the whole table's shaking, and all the food's going all over the place. And I do have to admit, though, I don't know, forced gratuity. That's fucking bullshit. I'm listen. Listen. I'm not against tipping, but you got to force me to tip. Yeah, go fuck yourself. So, the point is, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, it was okay. And then everyone starts laughing, even the cast members there, and they go off script, and maybe they change. They've done that before with Stefan there. They'll present new lines there, and that makes him more laughing. I don't know. The sketch was okay, but still, don't do it again. It's too many times. So 6.5. I did find it ironic that they went to commercial one last time, and then didn't Ariana Grande go out with Pete Davidson, and they were advertising a Pete Davidson show for things, so there's a little connection there. And yeah, at the end there, saying goodnight, and then Colin there grabs Scarlett's ass because why not? I'm telling you, man, I like the rest of the world. I thought he was gay, and until you heard stories about him making out with Scarlett Johansson, you're like, what the fuck, really? The gay guy? He's like, okay, whatever. Point is, ladies and gentlemen, Josh Brolin is he's a good actor. All right, he's done a good job over his career. And listen, when you're, the son of a famous actor already, it's hard to step out of those shoes anyway, But he's done a pretty good job, I would say. I mean, movies like No Country for Old Men and all the Marvel movies, I mean, he's already, cemented his foot in, that business. But again, like he may not be the lead guy in everything he does, or sometimes he's just in the background there, doing some things, and he does his TV shows and whatever. But you need actors like that. You need guys to say, hey, you know what? I'll be a second or third lead in, and, and you get to work with kick-ass people, make great salaries. I mean, especially in this day and age. I mean, who's going to say no to that, right? And he's doing what he loves. He's following in his family's footsteps. So I think that's pretty cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you decide to go into this business, I don't know what you want to accomplish. I mean, do you want to be an actor? Do you want to make a lot of money? You want to be famous? There's nothing wrong with that. But why not be an actor that has acted for 5 decades and counting. And if you can pull that off, you could also be Josh Brolin.
Whether it's raining or sunny, you're all very special to me. I love you, you love me. We're best friends like friends should be.